Today's video is a special one because in it we are going to share the intimate issues we go through as stay-at-home moms. If you're a stay-at-home mom, come close. Come close, let's hear these. This is my story. It is my inner story that I've kept to myself for a long time. But today I want to share with you because it's maybe something you're also going through. Now, to be honest, being a stay-at-home mom without an income nearly broke me. You see, when my days were full, but I still had to ask for every coin, it humbled me in ways few people talk about. And sometimes, my child saw the cracks before anyone else did. Of course, I wasn't lazy. I wasn't ungrateful. I was just quietly unraveling, holding everything together on the outside while slowly coming undone inside. I loved my home. I loved my baby. I chose this life with full intention, of course. But I must admit that there were days I felt invisible. Days when giving my all still didn't feel like enough. Not to others, and honestly, not even to myself. I love the quiet rhythms. That is the kind of person I am. The folding of laundries, stirring pots, wiping counters. I love doing that. I love the chance to raise my babies up close, which is the number one reason why I chose to be a stay-at-home mom, to witness the wonder in their everyday lives. It's a responsibility I don't take lightly, a calling I deeply honor, a gift from God, yes. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't stretch me. Because even with a full day, even with my hands always busy, there were times I felt empty. Not for lack of love, but for lack of something I could call mine. You know it, ladies. No paycheck, no income, no cushion for the little things that are needed in life. Every need, no matter how small, had to be asked for. And that asking again and again began to wear down something in me. I remember nights when the baby was finally asleep, the house was quiet, and I lay wide awake in the dark, not angry, just hollow, wondering if I disappeared inside my own life. I was tired, really tired of needing, tired of asking, tired of saying, not now, to myself while saying yes to everyone else. Tired of carrying so much and still feeling like it wasn't enough. But were these just my wild thoughts? Really? That I wasn't enough because I wasn't earning? Because I didn't have something to show for all I was doing? No, I guess not. The calls from my mom and relatives stamped it right on my face. Whenever I said, I don't have anything right now, their tone will shift. And the questions will start. Suddenly, my education was on trial. My choices were under scrutiny. My worth was measured in what I couldn't give. You see, they could say, you are still at home, just at home. You haven't found anything yet. What's your plan now? It wasn't curiosity. I know that very well. It wasn't curiosity. It was disappointment in their tones. Disappointment wrapped in politeness, but sharp enough to cut. And every time I hung up with that sinking feeling that maybe being a mother, being home, giving my all, still didn't count. I was angry, not just at the people calling, but at myself. Angry that I had let myself get there. So dependent, so invisible, so small. And not to lie, I began resenting my husband, yes. Not because he was unkind, but because he still had his world, his work, his dreams. And here I was, still in the same t-shirt from yesterday, still reheating tea I'd never get to finish, still cleaning and caring and wondering if I was slowly disappearing to the background of my own life. A dark thought flooded my mind. I started asking myself, was he taking advantage of me? Was he chasing his dreams while mine just sat in a drawer? I hated that the thought even came up, to be honest. But you know, when you feel unseen for long enough, even love starts to feel unfair. I started noticing things, how he could take a break without guilt, how he had time to think, to plan, to dream aloud, while I was surviving moment to moment, hour by hour, trying to keep everything from falling apart. And when sometimes he asked me, "How was your day?" I didn't even know how to answer. Because how do you explain a day full of everything and nothing all at once? I felt like a shadow of the woman I used to be, the one with notebooks full of ideas, the one who had goals and timelines and things to look forward to. Now I was mostly just tired and unsure. I didn't talk about any of this, not with friends, not even with him, because I didn't want to sound ungrateful. Because I was afraid that if I spoke it out loud, it would mean I'd failed at what I'd chosen. So I stayed silent, and that silence became heavy, so heavy that it began to spill over in small, hurtful ways, in my tone, in my sigh, the cold shoulder. It all simmered under the surface for weeks, maybe months. I don't even know how long, honestly. But I remember the day it spilled over, I was folding laundry again. Baby was playing on the floor beside me. Dinner was half cooked. My back ached, and the weight of everything I hadn't said sat thick in my throat. My husband walked in and said something simple like, "You're quiet today," and I could have brushed it off, yes, but instead I blurted it out. "Maybe just pay me like a maid." The words caught even me off guard. I wasn't trying to start a fight. I wasn't looking for pity. I was just tired. Tired of feeling invisible. Tired of giving so much and still feeling like I had nothing to show for it. I fought back tears as soon as the words left my mouth. Because I didn't mean I wanted wages. I just wanted to feel like what I was going through or doing mattered too. Looking back, I don't even know what I expected him to say, but I know what I needed to hear. I needed someone to look me in the eye and say, "This is hard, isn't it? I didn't realize how much you were holding. I'm sorry you've been carrying it alone." I didn't need fixing. I didn't even need a solution in that moment. I just needed to be allowed to feel what I was feeling without shame. The truth is, not much changed after that moment. There was no dramatic breakthrough, no deep heart to heart. Life moved on, as it always does. But something in me changed. Saying it out loud cracked something open. It made me realize just how long I had been holding everything in. And though everything on the outside stayed the same, inside I had started to notice myself again. I didn't wake up the next day a new woman, but I started doing small things. I sat with my tea instead of letting it go cold. I journaled, even just 2 lines a day. I whispered prayers while scrubbing dishes, asking God to help me, not to disappear in the service of everyone else. And I began speaking gently. But honestly, those little changes were mine, and they marked the beginning of something I hadn't felt in a long time: hope. That helped me begin to heal. Because healing didn't come all at once. It came in quiet pieces. It came when I stopped pretending I was okay, when I let the tears fall, when I finally said the hard things, not to hurt anyone, but to stop hurting myself. It came in placing some boundaries, small boundaries, in giving myself permission to want more voice, more space, more of me. And I began to forgive myself for the days I snapped, for the days I felt resentful, for letting other people's opinions shrink how I saw my own worth. I'm still healing, yes, still learning how to hold both joy and weariness in the same hand, but I'm no longer disappearing. I'm reclaiming, and that to me is the bravest thing I've done. I sometimes wonder if all of it, the silence, the struggle, the feeling of being unseen, was shaping something in me the whole time. Because now I own my own business. I sue it, and I can earn my money from it. And I'm so happy now. Now, don't get me wrong, please. I'm not saying that earning is what makes me happy or money is what makes me happy. No, as a stay-at-home mom, I know you understand what I'm saying. Just having that authority to decide or plan for your money, that is enough. It's joy on its own. It's joy on its own. So yes, even though you're feeling lost right now or you're overwhelmed, I'd like to encourage you that you see that thought, the thought that sometimes comes to you and it excites you, something you would wish to do someday, one day. Please try and put it into action right now. You see, I thought of sewing back then, but of course I didn't have the capital. I didn't have the capital to start it. I could sit down, write everything, the ideas, the cost, but I could feel overwhelmed now because I didn't have the capital to start it. Because I was so into making of scrunchies, I just said to myself, let me just begin with the pieces of cloth that I have, the fabrics that I have at home. And I just cut one of my dresses that I no longer wore. I just cut it, took my needle, hand sewing needle, and a piece of thread. I made it just with an old elastic. I made it, wore it. My friends liked it one day when I got close to them. We were talking. Then they saw it. They liked it. I made it for them. Then, as time went by, I got some little orders here and there, few orders here and there. That is how even my husband was encouraged to get me a machine. So I would like to encourage you that thought that you are having, please begin putting it into action right now. Yes, put it into action. The smallest thing you can do with it, just begin right now. You are not lost, mommy. You are not lost. All I can say is you're becoming. And one day, you look back at the humble beginnings, just like I'm looking back right now, and you'll realize, oh, it was worth it. That even in those silent moments, something beautiful, you'll realize that something beautiful was being written inside of you. Just take that brave step. Don't let the costs of everything overwhelm you. Just take that bold first step. To be honest, stay at home mom like me. You know how sweet your money is. So go for it. Go for it. Until next time, see you. Make sure you don't kill that idea you have. Act on it. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Until next time, bye. Stay safe and make sure to be always smiling. Lots of love from Bairini. Thank you so much for your time. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episode that I upload. Thank you.